Oh, I'm starting the broadcast. Oh, cool. So we're live.
Yeah.
Special Weekend Heretics, weekend collaboration. And this probably, I don't know if this is going to be, it's probably, I'm going to need to unplug my monitor. I just started using my monitor like for the first time in a long time because, I'm always pair programming, you know, and then when I'm not pairing, sometimes I'm not seated in this chair, so I
get it.
This commit here. Someone asked me to help them out on this README and see if it's clear. So I'll do that, and then I will just 1 second. Sorry, this is not so interesting for anyone.
No worries. I've seen there will be a Phoenix session today as well.
I did, yeah. I was thinking about joining it, actually. I wonder what they're going to be doing.
Oh man, I don't want to pick up any new stuff until I'm really confident. I realize that I'm really bad at picking too many things at the same time, and especially if I don't know them, because then you get, your brain is just getting crazy. So I try to focus as much as I can on one thing and one language at least, or 2 languages max, or something like that, and max that area out. And then if I see or the technology changing, so for some reason, then I move to something obviously like a blockchain or something like that. It's super exciting, but yeah, just to learn Solidity, and that's also kind of an investment. I don't know. So that's the next step.
Yeah, I know there's the Y project, which is a little bit dormant at the moment, but yeah, I joined as well, and I'm kind of feeling like I'm needing to cut back some stuff as well. You know, it's difficult, because
of course
I want to work on everything, but
yeah, that's why same thing. Like I joined the game channel, and I was really excited, but then I realized that actually to do this on a regular basis, that's too much. So. And as I've seen, actually, none of the other members who joined that commented on anything like that. So yeah, I can already see that project is probably never going to happen. So
yeah, it's tough because like there's like there's a Anvil project that we're like trying to get back into doing, which is like a weekly meeting where we're doing stuff with design at the moment, UI design and stuff, but then we're going to get into the React and create a calendar for website one. And but then like with the sprinting, like I'm finding that it's difficult to be at weekly meetings because I'm kind of like, when I'm focused on one, I'm kind of trying to like, okay, this sprint is on LocalSupport, so I'm just going to try to work just on LocalSupport the entire week. Like if I'm not pairing with Sam, then I'm going to pair with try to create pairing opportunities with other people, to work on one project, and then this is the first time I was, thinking about carrying it into the weekend. Like normally I don't do work on projects during the weekend. I'm always like studying, but I don't know, let's see. The thing is like I think the course is really nice, and I haven't got into week 2, but I think like week 1 was week 1 was really good. I liked, but it's like how much am I going to actually use XML parsing,
Yeah, surely. I think the later the weeks, it's an echo there. Why? Do you know why?
No, is it? Are you hearing
me? No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'm hearing myself back. So, but now it's okay. So yeah, I think it's more of, because on the probably later stages, it's more important than the XML parsing, because XML obviously is not a main data type anymore, or probably never was. But yeah, it's just more of the feeling of completion.
Yeah,
driving for, not really the actual learning material, honestly.
Well, and it's nice because it's like isolated, and you don't have to worry about like interactions with lots of other services or like this massive project that, you know, a big project that you need to try to understand what's going on and all that kind of stuff. So, and, you know, I definitely do want to finish it. I know that they started a new iteration of it, which I would be interested to, like, you know, stop with the old iteration and start with a new one. So, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, let's see how we go. But like, particularly like this, so the idea, like, this, I assigned myself to this ticket, which is like researching the, pulling in the events from other sites. So ultimately that will happen with APIs, which is something I want to learn more about. And I think, you know, I liked it. That first week was nice because it gave me experience playing around with Nokujiri, and I you know, right after that I actually used that experience because we came up with there was a bug in website one where we were pulling in the readmes from the projects, and we were pulling in like relative paths, and then they're broken on the site because I guess that's been fixed now. I should check. I think that's been merged into production actually. So that was really nice. You know, it's like it's very frequently that I do something in the course and then I find, like, you know, how to use it. And
oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Hold on one second. Sorry. So yeah, it's like here on the Wiki Edu dashboard, you know, the project manager for this like brought it up, you know, that it's kind of confusing. So then I needed to like grab the information, and then as part of like the job, parse the information and be able to grab like pieces of it. And it looks like it hasn't been pushed into production. That's interesting.
Wow.
I wonder why it hasn't been pushed in. I mean, because anyways, I'm going to get myself sidetracked. I think it's been pushed into develop maybe, but it hasn't been pushed into production, something like that.
So it's on staging, kind of.
I think so. I mean, I'd have to check, but you can see here, like, it's like, you know,
I see.
So then I grabbed that and, I mean, yeah, I end up parsing it and, you know, grabbing all these links, and like, if they are relative links, then transforming them into absolute paths, and if they're already absolute, then just leave them alone. And if they're like, if they're anchor tags, then just leave them alone. And so it was like, it was really nice to be able to actually use that, you know. And now I'm coming into another situation where like, so I want to be able to ultimately I want to be able to start playing around with like communicating with APIs and like public APIs, and being able to pull in the information that we want, like we do with so LocalSupport. We have I can show you this here is the production site. So this week as part of the sprint, we actually took this off of this production site. I mean, you can't really notice any difference, but we took this off of Heroku and put it on Doku.
Oh, okay. Are you another Doku Jedi?
Yeah, now I'm
What's the difference? What's his Doku?
So I mean, the big difference is like the motive for us wanting to do it is the fact that like we can have it on Doku for free, you know.
So Doku is a free container.
Yeah, they use containers like so this we have here we have some credits with we have some credit with
yeah, but it's super expensive.
Azure
yeah,
and then we can create boxes, but you don't have to do it this way. This is just happens to be the way that we have it. And then we have like this Doku box, and then we can just push like we do with Heroku. We can just push straight to from Git to we have here the all the resources, and we can push directly to Doku, and then it builds like it builds a Docker file if you have it, or it can also do other like a Heroku-ish type. So it's here on this AV playground that because as during part of the week we were doing something that like brought down one of our live sites that is in production, that's like with a paying client, and that's, you know, I mean, we quickly got it back up, but you know, we created this playground for us to be able to do things. So yeah, it's like it's here. You know, you can't really see it so well, but it's on this DNS name, and then like I can SSH into it, for example, and ask things like I can list the databases, the Postgres databases we have, for example. If I put in my password, apparently wrong password. Okay, that's great.
Oh man, this is super complex. I need to understand these kind of things.
Yeah, I mean it's really interesting, this stuff, you know, and I mean I'm getting right. I mean right now the big task we have right now, which actually even bigger than what the other stuff that I told you I'm working on, is like when the one things we lose because of this is that I just go into configure, or is it going to complain? I have changes. Yeah. What changes do I have? Just search that. Is that we sorry. Actually, I went to using VS Code a little bit, you know.
Actually, now I'm getting back to.
I really like this, you know.
Yeah, I'm getting back to Atom now.
Oh, really?
It seems like they fixed some performance issue a little bit somehow, and now it's actually quite okay. But I still use VS Code sometimes. But since I like the whole GitHub environment and the brand, that's why I prefer to use Atom. But now they had the performance issue, but now it's gone. So now I'm kind of back. But it's fine. It's fine.
It's like when I switch, you switch.
Absolutely not. It's just happening.
I mean I just was using it today because when I was writing this this convert JSON to hash and pull out the hero opportunities, I was like getting lost on where things, you know, where my how many ends I have, because you can see here I have, you know, 5 different ends already. So, but anyways, like here, like we have in Travis, you have a deploy, like, and then you have provider, and Heroku is one of the providers that's supported, but Doku is not. So this is really nice because you can just like, you know, put in a secure API key, and then you can give it conditions if you want. But like basically, like if it passes the build, then it automatically deploys on Heroku on this for like develop. So, and that's something that we don't have. So we went through a tutorial on how to do that with Doku, which involves like grabbing these deploy to, like, this is I ended up creating a script for it, which like deploys to, that grabs like encrypted. You have like SSH keys that you have to add to the Doku box as authorized keys, and then you like make sure that the keys that you have on your, like, locally match the keys that you have configured there in Travis. And if that's the case, then you like keep moving, you know, and then you come here after success, and then I wrote this other script. Like I mean in the tutorial, they weren't scripts. They were like, there's the body of the of these scripts was actually in the Travis file. But what we were seeing is that, like, when a person pushes and creates a PR, like they don't have access to those encrypted keys in the parent repo. So then it just fails the build. Like everyone who pushes fails the build. So we created this, like Sam had the idea, like, to create these scripts and then call it like have an exit with 0, you know, so that it kind of always exits with a, you know, trick Travis into the past. And then, but then the idea is that when he actually merges the changes, that it will actually grab those encryption keys and verify them and then add them here. But it's not working as expected, you know. Getting to this place, and then it's hanging, like waiting for me to put in a passphrase, and I created them without a passphrase, or at least, well, the first time I actually didn't, but then I recreated them. So maybe I recreated them incorrectly, and then that I would just, you know, maybe delete it and redo it, or maybe there's something that's not, you know, it's like getting to this part of the script and it's not actually have access to this information.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, but anyways, that's something for a different time, I guess. But like that's the big thing that we're trying to move past right now with we have like our
Okay.
sort out the
And
DevOps.
and actually, the site on Doku now, that's the actual site someone is paying for, or inside of that site there is a service which is Agile Ventures is taking care of, and that's some, you know, or that's the whole site is taking care of Agile Ventures.
Yeah, I mean, so this is the oldest project. This actually project predates Agile Ventures.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a client, but the client doesn't really, the client is covering like the cost of hosting it, which now hopefully will be nothing. So that money will, you know, that $20 a month or whatever they're paying will be freed up for other things, like maybe for it looks like maybe like a marketing opportunity to market Agile Ventures on a podcast, you know. So yeah, you know, kind of yes and no. Like it's because the thing is that it's also, you know, Agile Ventures has the clients who are the, you know, the people paying, you know, for us to build software, and then there's the clients of like new developers that are coming in and, you know, potentially signing up for premium membership. And
Oh yeah, I will do, definitely. Actually,
yeah,
I already told them I will from probably November for the not the face-to-face, but premium mob.
Yeah, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, when I get like an actual, you know, I need to be careful when I refer to, because I am working, but I'm, you know, I'm working directly for Agile Ventures, and it's kind of just like my first support contract. So like when I get a job as a developer, you know, then I want to give back as well, you know, because
sure,
Agile Ventures has helped me a lot. So yeah, I mean, it's important for Agile Ventures in the sense that it's the first project, and also there is maybe a way that in the future that it will generate funds for Agile Ventures, in the sense that there's this whole movement in the UK about like social prescribing and all that, and we have a contract that's like the biggest, you know, cash cow for Agile Ventures is like the NHS Wiki, which you know, and there are opportunities that could present themselves in the future where this site could you know, be used in that sense, where, you know, like connecting, because it's moved to where the, you know, the homepage is now about people being able to find volunteer opportunities, and if there's a way that we can link that up and kind of convince people that this site is a way for people to be able to like you know,
to be the source,
yeah, of social prescribing self-care, then it could generate in the future, you know.
Cool. That's cool.
So this production sites, you don't have like events at all, but if you come here to
what are events in this sense, actually? What events are what is happening at an event? What is an event for?
Yeah, it's a good question, and I don't have a quick answer to that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see here.
Like someone who is maybe volunteering, they are meeting, like volunteers are meeting together, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like really, it seems like it's kind of like really any event that that has, here we go, has something to do with like right now. I mean, right now we're not pulling in events, you know. So this doesn't have it either. That's interesting. I thought this would have it. So I might need to.
Or is it like a matching event, like when someone who's looking for volunteers and volunteers who are looking for somewhere to volunteer, they might match? I don't know.
Yeah, like at the moment it's like we're not pulling in from anywhere. It's like the only people who can create events are super admins of the site, you know. So they can create events for I'm not really sure, to be honest. Like what kind of events they have, and because I have a seed of some potential events. Like, okay, so here's the local host,
I see.
and we have a list of events, but right now, like, the list of events is just like ones that we're adding, And I mean, actually, this is not this is not the seeded file. I was doing some work on creating reoccurring events, which we're kind of a little bit blocked on at the moment. But so this is not the events that are in the seed file, but even that is like, I'm not sure if we have a good idea of what, but the one thing is that we, from experience, we kind of like believe that, like, the volunteer opportunities, for example, we can't really rely on people to manually add those, like, and that's the way the events would be added at the moment. So we want to find like events that in Haro, in Haro for like, let me go here to this I can talk about later maybe.
Can you hook events in from somewhere?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, is
okay.
we want to bring it in from some public API. So we have these different links for local events from other sites,
And those sites, sorry about interrupting, just trying to, so those sites are updating their events how?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they have like staff that adds the events.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Like this here, the voluntary action Haro, that's kind of our client for with local support. So for example, for the volunteer opportunities, like these volunteer opportunities here, which again are just seeded stuff. But these are actually in production. I should show you in production actually, because that's much more. These here, a lot of these, there's different ways that we pull them in. There's some that are from Do It. There's some from the Reach volunteering, and then there's other ones that are from the client.
I see.
Haro Community Network is the client. So this Do It, for example, we pull these in from a public API. So that's ultimately what we want to be doing with the events.
Yeah.
But we need to find like that public API that we can. So there was something that Sam posted here about this place here. So like if I come down here, he just posted and he said like, what did he say? Maybe we could pull in events from blah blah blah. It would be interesting to see how many are in Haro. Like I found this as well, this API Eventful. They have this API. It's like London Eventful.events, and they have this API that I'm not sure exactly how. I mean, there's here like getting started, So maybe
how about the Meetup API, the meetup.com?
I mean, yeah, that they do have an API as well, don't they?
Yeah, surely.
So I know that he has mentioned like events, like sporting events.
Yeah. This is a Meetup. Obviously, it's a huge one, so not necessarily. I just talk about, like I can talk about only Amsterdam. There are many volunteer events in here.
Volunteer.
Yeah. So organized through the meetup.com. So like I don't know, open gardens, like they are doing some vegetables and stuff. I remember there were like runners, kind of like sports events, what you mentioned, or like making travels together and this kind of stuff, or for charity and yeah, all these kind of things.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna put this. So
I'm not sure if it's relevant in the UK, but I can just imagine.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, it's relevant here in Brazil, so.
Okay. And probably that's a kind of documented API. So like the ones you like posted before, it's probably meetup.com has enough resource to manage something like an API properly.
Yeah, exactly. I would imagine so. So yeah, I feel like maybe, I mean, ultimately communicating with the API is the way we're going to bring in the stuff and create the new events. But I feel like that's maybe a big step. and like a lot of work for me to understand how to do that. And right now, what I was working on, and there's this as well, this eventful, which you can request an application key and read that, so I need to get to that as well. But so Sam posted this here, and that's from this. They have these different providers. Which it's a list of all the data sets and APIs published as part of the Open Active initiative. So from these feeds, you can harvest data about sporting and physical activities from across the UK. So that at least gives me a little bit of an idea, and that coupled with like comments Sam has made, a little bit of an idea of maybe how, what kind of events Sam is thinking about. And they have this like download JSON list. So that's the first thing I did, is I download it, and then that looks like
Harrow is a county, by the way, or
yeah,
what
it's
is
like
it?
it's a borough. I'm not sure
Okay.
the difference between that and so that looks like this. I'm not sure. I probably need to like install a package maybe.
Yeah, Beautify basically.
Beautify, okay.
No, I'm not sure. I think Beautify can do stuff on JSON.
Okay.
It's in the packages on the left in the sidebar. Yes.
This one here.
Not the bug, but that one, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the bug. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll look in.
Yes, but you have to set it up to so it's there.
Oh.
So it was inside of the gear icon, I think. No, where you can, if you just enter inside of Beautify, just clicking on it by that. Yeah, I think if you scroll down a bit, maybe. I'm not sure if everything is happening.
JS Beautify. HTML format.
If you just search for JSON inside.
JSON. Here we go. Beautify.language. Okay. So I need to go to the Beautify.language setting. Where do I find that? Beautify.language. Oh. Let me do a global search for Beautify. Language. I think the base code shows up. Right, so it's in open settings, I think. Text editor. I don't know. I mean, I could probably do this later, no?
Yeah, but it would be easier to consume the whole thing. So we can do it now. No worries on that.
Okay.
I have time. We have the weekend. We have the weekend collab at 7.
Yeah.
I have like an hour ish, and I have to fix some bots I messed up, and then yep. So
okay.
No worries.
Beautify.
Oh, it was something config or.
Come on.
On the right, maybe yeah.
Edit and settings. JSON. Okay.
If you click on it, nothing happens. It does.
Beautify config null. Okay, so I probably don't want that. Place your settings on the right side of the editor. Okay. So then it said to add. I think I need to have this in.
Oh, there is Beautify language. Yeah.
There we go. Oh, there we go. JavaScript JSON. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
So this is already set up, or did I just?
I don't know, honestly. It's still a mystery for me. Sometimes how they manage packages inside of VS Code.
All right. Well, at least it seems. I mean, JSON is here. But this is for JavaScript.
I'm gonna search in parallel.
Okay. Thanks.
JSON viewer. Oh, that's what we need probably. Not that many installs, but There are many JSON viewers. But
I close this here. I was talking to my friend about VS Code and stuff, and I was saying like I started using, then I stopped using because of this stuff.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And then he said that there's you can look, there's like some way where you can just like grab all of your config information from Atom and copy it into VS Code, so you use the exact same shortcuts you're always used, you know, that you're used to.
Okay, I see to generate JSON for integrated with JSON schema. Well, I send you some link. I'm not sure, never tried, obviously. So I'm gonna just send it in the chat here.
Okay.
3-view, JSON viewer, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, nice.
These are usually the
VS Code.
If you just search directly in VS Code, you can also probably get these things up in the packages.
I don't have EXT apparently. Okay, so I'll search for JSON tree view then.
Yeah, in the VS Code you can. Maybe it's even more visible. Yeah, there. Yeah. Let's see what comes up first.
Like they even have
Prettify JSON. Prettify JSON. That's promising.
Okay, installing. Nice.
So look.
Reload.
Okay.
And then close this. Oh, look at that. Oh, so maybe I just didn't even.
Maybe just save it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. So then I have here. Tokenization skipped. Okay. That doesn't look very pretty, you know?
Yeah. So what the heck? How you can? Let's maybe close it and open up again. I don't know. This file. What's that?
Yeah. Oh, no, cancel.
No, it's not pretty. What if you just save it, like just Command S, like nothing? Let's maybe, I don't know, maybe we need some key combination to activate the.
Is it even here? Is it even here?
Yeah, it's there.
Installation. Install Prettify JSON, hit enter.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's I already did that. And why aren't you pretty?
Let's go down maybe.
Yes, there's nothing after that. It just says
nothing.
IT and that's it.
Holy shit! Those fuckers! I just downloaded the next one.
JSON. What else do we have?
That's the issue. I never.
I don't know if these are like from Prettify selected JSON.
Oh man. Yeah, maybe sometimes it's happening when I can one thing I can imagine is that maybe the JSON file is not correct in terms of it's missing a curly braces or something, and it cannot prettify because it's missing a missing something. But let's have a look.
The other thing is that I'm not sure if we need to prettify it so much. But, I mean, it depends on I guess what we're gonna do with it. But I created this this convert JSON to hash, which you can imagine probably what it does. And then I've required this JSON gem, and then I open file and I parse the JSON, and then that allows me to be able to interact with it. So show you what it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, sure. So if you feel that it's not necessary to read the JSON, you can even post it in the browser actually, and it's gonna be prettified.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. I have that on my browser, you know. So
yeah, okay.
I mean, it might help because like, so I wonder if I copy this and No, I have here some prettified JSON thing.
Yeah. There's a JSON view. I see it now. It's installed. The JSON view that's one, is it? Yeah, that's the thing. Not that, the one on the right. Yeah.
Okay, so if I open that, and then can I just like copy and paste stuff into this or no?
I think you can pull in the JSON file into the browser window, maybe. So like drag and drop almost. And if you hit enter, no. Okay.
File not found. Oh, because I think it moved. Yeah, that's why. Oh, ESPN soccer. No.
ESPN.
It moved is why it moved to here is Rails projects. And then this is Agile Ventures. And then this is local support. That's not very pretty either.
Okay, then there is an issue. There is an issue in the file.
Yeah, so this is it. Maybe it's not being read as a JSON, is it?
Yeah. One thing you can do, there is a JSON checker, like validate JSON, and check with that. I have a bet on it that this is not valid, and that's why it's not, none of the services can prettify it or something. Yeah, that one. Let's have a look. If you just pull it.
Oh, there we go. That looks better now.
Okay. Nah, there we go.
That's better. Okay. All right, so now I wonder what would happen if I run this program again. Okay. I mean, it's pretty similar. So I guess I can explain a little bit what I've done here. Okay. I mean, so looking at this here, like if I look at this, which is much better to look at now, with all the code highlighting and stuff and broken down logically, and so we have here like this meta, which I don't think I'm worried about right now.
Yeah.
And then we have this data, right, which is everything that we're going to be interacting with. And then we have here like, so then these are the, I guess the different, I mean, looking at this here are the different sources, the providers, I guess. And then they have like the site URL. Then they have titles, description, publisher name, publisher URL, data URL. So I'm not sure, like, is this data URL? It's not, doesn't, oh, it is an API, look, I think.
That's an API, yeah.
All right, so that's interesting. So that ultimately would be helpful at some point.
And it looks like actually also created with the Rails, maybe. Holy shit. Can you check the JSON viewer is maybe not doing it? Oh, there we go.
Just take a minute.
Yeah.
So they have a bunch of deleted ones.
Okay.
Anyways, but so there's that, which that's the first time I've seen that. So that's cool. And then, yeah, I'm not sure all the rest of this stuff is so interesting at the moment. Like what I was, so then they have the activities that they provide, which maybe would be interesting. But then they have here like boundaries. So there's boundaries is like what has like, you know, what we're looking for Haro, you know?
I get it.
So like
I get it.
This one here doesn't have any in Haro, you know? So you can kind of like just, so I guess like the first check would be like to grab this, you know, to iterate through this data hash that I'm converting to a hash, and then
it's an object,
and then grab this, like grab the boundaries and check inside the boundaries, like if there's a name Haro, and if there is, then return the source. Something like that.
Maybe? Yeah, let's probably stop at that level, right? That's step. I mean,
yeah. I mean, that seems like a good first step, you know?
Yes.
So
that's what, okay.
So what I've done is I've parsed the thing, which I've reparsed it now that we have something interesting. And then I have a data hash, and I'm grabbing the data and I'm iterating through each of them and giving like local variable data. And then, I mean, maybe before I do that, I can do something like this.
Yeah, what's in the data? I was just about to ask, actually.
So you can get caught up to where I am, because otherwise it's like really complicated for you to understand.
No, I got it was logical how you said, so I got what you want to do. I just curious what's in the data object now.
So, you know, it's really long. I think actually what would be easier for us to both to see is just like grab the first one, you know?
Yeah, sure. Data is
do that, or no, can I? I don't know. Data first. Yeah, there we go. So right, so that looks like that's all the so that's all the providers, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And from this you go through each of them, and
so I guess I probably should add first here, you know, or no?
It depends.
No,
so for the sake of the test, we can just have the first one to work with something, but
yeah, right. So then what if I do like one here? It's really cool with
well, that's gonna be the second, no?
Yeah, that's right, because the first is like the key, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, well, sorry. So do that first.
That
way we can. Okay, so then after we have all the data site URLs, this here. Yeah, right, because this is a hash as well, you know?
Yes.
So then I get to the last one, looks like it's activities. No, that's not the last one. Because then they have boundaries.
Yeah. Maybe.
Boundaries is the last one. Yeah. So what am I doing? I could verify that by saying last. And then doing that. No, that doesn't understand last. Why not? Undefined method last for hash.
Yeah.
You have first, but you don't have last, huh?
It could happen, honestly. So I've seen really interesting stuff. And it's always surprising sometimes what kind of methods are available for some and some not. Especially actually in JavaScript, by the way.
Yeah?
It's amazing, yeah.
There's 18. So if I do, can I just do like 17 here? Because that doesn't work. No. Right.
What are you trying now to do?
Well, I was thinking that since it seems like, unless I might be getting it. So all these here look like the what we printed. Well, not what we printed here. We printed the data site URL. But that was when I did. That was when I said dot first here, right? And it prints the data site URL. Yeah.
Yes.
Array. So then I was saying, like, instead of printing the first one, prints, like, I thought this was the last one, but this seems to be the last one, right? We can look at just the boundaries.
Yeah, let's look up the word itself. That's easier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Because I can refer to it as the instead of. Oh, right. So I can say like boundaries. Boundaries. Like that, no? Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
All right. So I did all this stuff here. I was trying to get to this here.
Okay. One thing is that what I see might be so boundaries. What if they change the API? So this is hopefully they notify everyone who's using the API, obviously. But yeah, I'm just wondering. Anyways, let's continue. It's just a side note.
I get you. It's right. Not one little change on their end would break the whole thing.
It breaks the whole thing. Yeah.
But I mean, as a first, I think it'd be nice.
Yeah, let's be able to populate. Proof of concept. Yeah. Yeah.
But this also doesn't work. So this is also a simplified version because I'm just calling the second one, right?
Yes.
Which is what? Well, so we have data, right? Oh no, okay, hold on. So this is a data hash. I'm iterating through each of the hashes and I'm saying data. So no, I think this is all of them, isn't it?
The data was the
all the providers, right?
providers. Yes, exactly. So the first, so if you call one, that's gonna be the after the meta inside of the object. It's gonna be the, so what's that? Data. Yeah, that's the number one.
Well, no, because
zero is the right. So if you call data 0, then it's gonna be the meta, or it is not.
No, I don't think so because let's print this again to have a look. What?
Or we are one level higher actually than I'm thinking.
See, that's the thing, is it prints so much data that it's difficult to. That's why I was doing data dot first and printing that, right? But then when I did that, that was printing all of this, right?
Yes.
I do data 0 dot first. Data 0 dot first is all the providers, right? We did.
Let's have a look again.
There's no data. Oh, there's no first. Okay. Weird. Okay. So data 0. Yeah. So data 0 is all the providers. That's this here. Does that make sense, right? Because it's like this here that that I'm calling data as a local variable is this here, data.
Okay, get it now.
So that makes sense. So then data 0 would
be
be
the first provider.
Providers.
You
know, then this is the.
I see it. Okay.
So then if I drop in, so then I don't want to do data 1, do I? Oh no, data 1 is this whole hash here.
Yes.
Which ends. There is only 1.
It seems like.
Yeah, right. Peraí. Data 0 is the key. So this is just the value. It's not even. It should be the same as data 0, right? No. Undefined method keys for array. Right, so it's an array. So I can't call.
So it's not a hash.
Yeah, but where is it an array? It doesn't look like an array to me.
If you go up, it starts with probably a bracket. No, it's a curly bracket. It's strange.
Yeah, and we're kind of ignoring this part, right? And we're just coming to here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so yeah. The fact that it's an array means that it would be. That's why we're not getting. That's why we can call 1 there.
So that returns.
And that is going to be all of that. It has boundaries as like the last. So these are what?
These are still all the vendors, right?
Look, they're all hashes.
That's okay. But so now the data 1 is actually all the vendors still, no?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Right.
It seems like it. Yeah.
So you have to.
If I can, because so now that if I say values, no, hold on. That's why if I say boundaries here, I get all the values of the
boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I get like some that are empty arrays.
Yeah, because it's not called the same.
Which I want to filter those out because, well, maybe not.
Yeah, that's the thing. So if it's called differently than boundaries in different provided data, then that's going to be a challenge.
Yeah,
because you have to check every single one of them to see if it's boundaries or something else.
They're all arrays, so that helps. Like some of them are arrays that are hashes, but they're all arrays.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. Like if I say here, so I can't say here like name, for example, because I need to get inside of the array first and then access the hash, you know?
Yep.
But also as well, like, yeah, I mean, I want to filter out all the data that doesn't have Haro as one of the names. And then, but I want to return the entire object. I don't want to just return the boundaries because I want all the information about that provider and its services, you know?
Okay. But okay, that's okay.
I mean, so if I do this, it's going to give me an error because I'm not able to access name. Yeah. So that's okay.
So let's do that first, what you just said actually okay, let's save the whole provider into one object and then we can move on. What about that?
Yeah. But you mean like find the providers that have Haro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but then to do that, I need to iterate over each of these arrays.
Yes.
And I need to say like, what would this be a good name for this?
But one thing we can try maybe is to so when you did the data1 boundaries, it returned some empty arrays already, right?
Yes.
So what you can already chain to this method is to reject or what's that method? You know, when you empty arrays are already out. You know, those not reject necessarily, but do you know what I'm talking about? So there is a method.
Select. You can select. Or you can reject. Exactly. I think
But yeah, exactly.
And then I want to save this to a variable. I think it might be better to just give like really simple names and then worry about refactoring later.
We can, sure. I'm just wondering one thing, if in the other empty arrays, it might be code not boundaries, but something else. But for this we need to check the JSON data to validate actually.
I mean, from seeing it, it seems like not. Like see, like so this is not filtering out these non-empty arrays, you know.
Wow.
I ran. It seems like I ran into this earlier, but maybe it was something different. So
I'm searching also.
I guess here what I can do is I can look for Haro, and I can show you that. Oh, so I did end up. That's weird. I thought I confirmed that I didn't.
Oh, there are some.
I did find the answer, but then I thought I didn't have it because I thought that I verified that in this JSON there was 27 instances of Haro and there's only 7.
Oh, that's a problem?
I mean, it's not necessarily a problem. It's just that I already had printed out the boundaries that had the name of, but then I thought that I had done something wrong or that I wasn't grabbing all of the instances, you know, so I kind of started over.
I get it.
Now it looks like I could have maybe built off that. There's only 7 of these, and it's a lot of data if I can get down to 7. Huh? I mean, it'd be much easier to just like, you know, in this case, is to like just look at, okay, I found the first Haro, so that's here, and that's from, you know, that's from GLL Better Open Data, and then come here and grab the, you know, but then when it changes, you'd have to manually do it every time, you know.
Exactly. So no, I think it's perfectly makes sense what you're doing actually in the, yeah. So empty array. Move.
Opa.
We need to check anyways if the array is empty. It seems like there is no other
Different
method than that to validate.
Peter, sorry.
What is?
I need to give my neighbor extension cord. I'll be right back.
What is?
Should I leave this open like that? See, like this. Playing with data. You would enjoy it. There's something I found in my homework or something I need to do that was talking about converting things into CSV.
Yeah, right.
That thing we were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now we're dealing with JSON data.
Okay.
And then we're going to start talking to the APIs, like public APIs, to grab information about volunteer opportunity or events in Harrow County and London, and pull in the information and then populate it into the database.
Cool. That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Cool.
Cool. No worries. Yeah, let's. Yeah, that's it. Cool. I'm back.
So empty is our simplest way to do this. So
yeah, I'm not sure exactly why this is not working.
Let's go back to the beginning. Let's what is inside data? Let's check again.
Yeah, I was wondering if like maybe we need to like say like boundaries value is equal to this here, right? And
yes,
I think you can do chaining, but I'm going to comment this out, and I'm going to say,
let's see boundaries.
Comment this out.
You stopped using prior. What's happening now?
Did I?
Well, it seems like
I haven't started using it yet. In LocalSupport they don't have price, so I'm always using and stuff. I'm not really liking it.
That's why they don't have it's why it's an extra dependency or by bug at least.
Yeah, I'm gonna put in a PR to add.
Oh, okay.
To add Bry because it's just ridiculous.
It's like printing out all the time. This is.
Should I drop in a by bug?
Okay.
This is annoying. I wanna write like I don't know. I just need to look up how to do it. I want to set my Ruby version based on the project, so I don't have to do that.
Oh, okay.
All right. So then, if I come here, I can drop in binding. Do I need to require it?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Let's do it.
If you are having it in the gem file, you don't need to require anymore.
Oh no.
No. It's only when you use in separate when you are not in the.
Yeah, it's saying undefined method pry.
Oh Jesus, let's change it. For me, it's
Okay, so we've stopped in pry. I like pry as well because you can say like where am I and stuff. So what do we have for data? Look at that. All right, cool. That's awesome.
You see, it's more readable. Yeah.
So much better, huh?
Already getting excited.
Look at that. I know, right? That's a great idea.
Okay.
So this is an array. Yeah.
Yeah. You see.
Yeah. So now I can see that it's an array.
Right.
Which means I'm not going to try to treat it like a hash. Okay. So then what do? I said data 1, right? So that gives me that, which is the data set. Which that's a hash.
That's a hash. Yes. For sure. Yeah.
And you can see that it's a hash as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Then that means I can say keys, right?
Yeah. And then here we can have boundaries, right?
Yeah. So
And that's okay then. Okay.
I could do that, right? But I don't really want to do that because
yeah, it's just better to
access keys values
Yeah.
by saying like this, you know.
Yeah, it's safer, honestly, than the last because yeah.
And then that's
well,
that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it's an array again.
Yeah. So it's an array. Okay. So then do I
What do you want to do this? So you got the boundaries. You want to put the name somewhere in the end, or what's the what's
no,
the actual data we are looking, like data value we are looking?
I want to return the entire, I want to return so what is data one again? Data one is no, I want to return data 0 if data, you know, 1 boundaries each do blah blah blah, and let's say okay, v, let's say v, and then like dot name is equal to Hero. Basically, is what I was hoping to do. That doesn't work for some reason, but undefined method name for this. So I think maybe like I can't do it like this. I think I need to do it like I did this before. Actually, I need to do it like this. Screen sharing. There we go. Look at that. Woo!
Oh, I get it. I get it. Okay.
So does that? But does that?
Okay.
Do they actually have a name Harrow? No. In this one, they don't. So why is this returning? I mean, yeah, it's returning because I don't have the conditional here, you know? I'm just...
Yeah.
But, you know, that's what I'm kind of thinking, you know?
I get it. I get it. Okay.
So then I can say, so let me come back to here and delete this. I'm going to say data one boundaries dot each do v, and then I'm going to say print data 0 if that probably won't work. Let's try it. That's interesting. That just printed all of the data one, all the data one boundaries, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna say iterate over all the values.
Yes.
Right? Because when I iterate all the values, I'm gonna just
go through every here,
then it's gonna go here. So I wonder if this ID has anything to do with the
arrow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
These are values. So print value name if
let's what about just having that like this? Yeah, and see.
There we go. So we got these, you know.
Okay, so we get this. Okay, cool. And that's what you wanna put it into a conditional to only print if it's a arrow. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Which I can do by doing. You know, the other thing is Bybug doesn't support this that I just did right there. If I did this in Bybug, it just errors out and be like, oh, unexpected end of output. I'm like, what do you mean it's unexpected, man? I just I go like this, you know? Like, come on. If that. shit. Okay. I wanted if that is equal to Haro and print. This won't print anything, right?
Yeah.
But
Let's print just out. Yeah.
so it didn't print anything, but it returns the.
Why?
It's just what it returns. Like if I could like do like there and then I
Sorry, it's my machine. If you hear something from the background, it's just
I can do like this, for example, and then that will return just the names. Oh no, it won't return just the names. That's weird. So why is it returning all the values? It's interesting, but probably doesn't matter too much. The only thing is that
V have a name.
the only thing is I'm not iterating through. I'm only iterating through one of these, right?
Yes.
So like I need to actually say this, right?
Yeah, surely.
And I need to say like
first, yes.
So what did we agree that these are? These are
those are the providers.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Providers. And then.
But let's have a look because I'm just trying to remember, but I'm not sure. I guess it's a provider.
Well, it's the provider's information, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
You know what I can do as well? Like I can say. So now if I say provider info, it returns all that. Okay. If I say provider info dot first. Yeah, okay, but that's not what I want. Anyways. All right. So then if I have provider info dot each view, then I have info, let's say.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to iterate through info.
Yes. Trying to find boundaries, right? Or?
Well, I'm getting a little confused. All right, so what did that print? Oh, that printed this stuff here. I printed the keys. Okay. Okay, so I don't want to do that. I want to do like that. And I want to do string. Oh, so I'm already grabbing this as a string. This info is a string, huh? How is it a string? Because I just iterated over it. Provider info and info dot class.
Yeah. So
I hate this returning everything. Those are array. So why is it saying string? Oh, because it's an array, so I can't call a key on it.
Oh shit, okay.
I need to iterate it. Okay. So then I need to do this. Then I need to do info.
But that's each. Yeah.
Each do in hash info, I guess. I don't know. And then I need to do hash info and then call the boundaries. Print it, right? Because otherwise
Yes.
it's not going to do anything. Print hash info boundaries. Then I need to end it, and then I need to end it again. And then we have some that are nil. They're all nil. That's interesting. Okay, so undefined method for true class. True class.
Let's check what's inside hash info then.
Hash info is like all these strings plus boundaries.
So
what's hash info class? I guess it will depend on. It will be string, or will it be array? It will be arrays and hashes. Or arrays. Oh, look at that. String, true class. True class? Which one is that one?
What's that?
Yeah, right.
This is the first time I see this. True class Ruby. Actually, it's a class, actually.
That's weird. The one I really want, the one I want is this one? Not sure. Fuck, man, that's...
Okay. So now you iterated over the hash info, and from that hash info, we need to select the boundaries string. But that boundaries should be an array, no? Or at least a hash.
Yeah.
You misspelled the hash info.
Yeah. Has info. If it has info,
could be, but
this is annoying that I need to type it twice, you know? It would be nice if you could just do... I wonder if you could, actually.
You can do it. Yeah.
Undefined method, info.
Where did you? Oh, hash info. So at the second one after in the or statement, you have info is a met. You type that as a method, but underscore is missing.
Yeah. Now I see it.
Sorry, I haven't seen it before. Okay.
Glad to have good error messages. Okay, so that printed this stuff here. So we have high energy classes, dance class. So this is all the activities.
Yes.
And this is the array of the boundaries. So I think I've stepped one too many. Maybe. You know? Because info, then that means that info would have boundaries if it's a hash, right?
So you think we should go one level higher?
I think so.
So step back.
Yeah, or I could just say, I mean, because this is clearly a hash and this is clearly the only array. So I could just say return this array. You know? Like
how you want to do that? I get it, but
I don't know if it's necessary to iterate to this point though. Like so if Yeah, so I can erase this. It's a hash.
Yeah, so you don't need the hash, you only need the array. Yeah.
So then I want to.
So this should okay.
So I want to call this boundaries equals hash info. If hash info is an array, then I want to print boundaries.
Okay, now I get it.
Because I'm typing too fast now.
Oh.
You try to rush and you end up taking. It's like driving, you know. You try to rush and you end up taking more time because you're not paying attention.
As a non-native English speaker, don't rely on me on the spelling.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay, so then it printed. Then it's nil, 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 nil. Oh, because I'm printing boundaries. That's why.
Yeah, but boundaries you can do select and then we.
Yeah.
Or compact. Sorry, I think. Which one is deleting the nil values, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. We learned that, didn't we?
I think it's or is select.
No, I think it was compact, wasn't it?
Compact, yes, compact.
Okay, so and I'm gonna say, but then compact you need to use on an array. So yes. I don't know if it's an array of.
But it's an array, no? It should return only an array, no? Because you stated as a condition to return only if it's an array.
Yeah.
Right here.
No, I didn't. I said boundaries is equal to hash info if the hash info is an array, but that means that it's going to go through all of the, well, all the hash info. Where's the hash info? So if it's going to go through all the hash infos, and then some of them are going to be strings,
okay.
then it's going to say it's not an array. So then it's going to say boundaries is nil. You know.
I get it.
So I need I think what I need to do is as I go through info, I need to reject any of the hash info that's not in an
array. Yeah. Okay. That's sense. Okay.
So then I say
that's
no, but I can't iterate though, right?
Where?
No, I can't iterate because some of them are strings, so I can't iterate. I need to say provider info, and then I need to say info instead of info dot each. I'm going to say info dot reject to hash info. So I want to reject hash info is not an array. Right? Or no?
Yes. No, it's okay. But just store it in a variable, this whole thing. I'm not sure if you put the boundaries there or at the beginning before info.reject. No.
True. Because this will be a true or false, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll go back. So I'll just do that and see what it returns. It didn't return anything because okay. No, reject. Is this really hash info?
Actually, we reject all the hashes, and it's called hash info.
Yeah, rejecting everything, but we're calling hash, right? Hash info. All right. Well, so yeah, it's now these are all empty arrays. but we did get just this. Although, can I say like boundaries dot reject if empty array?
You can, oh, wait, so inside of boundaries, we have a lot of, what you can do is flatten the whole stuff.
So like this, and like this, and like and dot flatten.
Maybe it's after. Maybe no. I'm not sure if this is valid. What I would maybe try is to run through all this and then boundaries dot flatten and.
Oh well, it flattened, but we don't know what the value is now. I mean, you can call flatten on
an end.
On an end, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's valid Ruby, yeah. Okay. Kind of crazy, but it is. And then print boundaries.
Why is it still there?
Is info.reject doing what we think it's doing? Because it definitely is doing something, because these had values before. These were, I think it rejects it, but it's still returning an array, right?
Oh, what you can do is maybe reject bang and then.
Ah, okay.
And then it's not
but
returning.
Then that's attractive, no?
Yeah, it is for sure. Just wondering if.
It's going to have arrays, right? I mean, maybe I could flatten it here.
Yeah.
And then we just have one array to deal
with. Yeah.
Although I would like to convert it into a hash, maybe even. I don't know.
But why?
Well, because I mean, I would like to. Ultimately, I would like to just be able to say, like, access this boundaries.
Of course.
This is part of a hash at this point, is it not? Like this whole thing is a hash, which means I should be able to easily pull out just the boundaries.
Yes.
Like I shouldn't need to iterate over everything to do that. Like. So provider info is what? What is provider info? Provider info dot class. The hash at this point. So I can just go like this.
Boundaries.
I don't know why I'm trying to iterate over everything.
You missed that.
There we go.
Okay.
So this is what I'm trying to iterate over.
Yes.
So
value or something. Okay. Okay.
And then I'm gonna say what?
No, I'm just like in this array, it's already clear there is no arrow, but when the previous time you checked the data, there were arrows, no? Or it was another provider?
There were arrow. Yeah, I think it was another provider. Well, that's
sorry,
the thing, that this is obviously not looking. The provider info is obviously not all the providers. It's just one of the providers. So yeah, provider info is not actually what I want. Like, if I don't know if I want to do data 1, do I? There's 18.
Those are all the providers.
So
right?
No, all the providers is at data 0.
What is data 1 then?
So data 1 is just the first provider. Is that because where I stopped it? Yeah, that's because where I stopped it. I stopped the binding.pry at a place where we're already iterating through the data hash, you know? So if I
Okay.
continue, then it'll go to the second one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. Like, I think in this case, I don't want to return anything, right? Because none of it matches
Yeah,
the
yeah,
criteria. So I
yeah.
can say this, go through that, and then I want to print data 0, which I could say provider, but whatever. If boundary name, oh no, I need to iterate that now.
Where? On data 0?
Yeah, I am iterating that. Is equal to Hera. So I expect this is going to print nothing, which is what I want. Okay, but let's change it up and let's print something that let's change it to Sedgemore. There we go. Is that the first one? I think that isn't the first one. I think that's the second one. So maybe I exited out or I continued. Oh, no, it is the first one. So how many times do we have to go through before we get the first one? First one's on line 860. Oh, wow. Quite a few. So what if I just copy this here into here? Get rid of these. Nice. So I need to add, this probably doesn't know what provider info is. So I'm going to say providers equal to data. And I'm going to say provider because we're iterating through equal to data 0. And then I'm going to say provider info is equal to data 1. And I'm going to say print provider if boundary info name is equal to Hera. Right?
Now we are in an each statement, so I'm just wondering how this is gonna provider info. Okay.
Let's find out. I mean, potentially this is not going to work, but
Are we running already?
no. I was just getting out of the because it goes through 18 times, you know.
If you type, I figured out this, that if you type exit program, not just exit, then it exits immediately.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
It seems like.
There you go. There's 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what we want.
Okay, cool. Can we check just for double checking the data if it's okay?
I remember that this one was the first one.
Okay.
But then I can check. So then the second one is this one here, which should be book when open data. Nice. Yeah, book when open data. And then this third one is right above British open data. So
and that's it. Yeah. With the cycling. Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
Okay. So now we have.
We probably don't actually want the name. We probably want the URL for for the API, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The data URL.
Yeah. And then we want to interact with the data URL only with the data URLs that have yeah, I mean I can verify all these, but I think after this one I probably won't check the other ones. If we
No, I
got
think it seems
are correct, then
seems correct.
Andres. Hello. Tá com fome? Peter fala português também. Ele morou aqui.
Sério? Sim.
É verdade. Não tá mentindo. British Triathlon, yeah.
Is it your dog or?
Huh?
Who are you talking with?
I'm talking with my wife. She's
Sorry.
yeah, I mean, no, that makes sense. That's something that you know, that it's probably someone would say to a puppy or something. Are you hungry?
Yeah, I was thinking first.
You want to eat? I don't know if you can notice a difference. Maybe not, but I have
Is it called data URL everywhere?
where is it? Data site URL. I mean, that's the other thing is like, do they all have APIs or not?
Yeah, also. Yep.
This one here, data URL.
But I'm not sure if that's an API.
Yeah, that's what I was. Let's see how many APIs we can find. API. Oh, look, some are APIs and some are not. That's annoying. No, they have 18. No, they have 18 APIs, and there's 18 of them, aren't there? So,
okay,
that. Well, let's return it instead of going through one by one. So we say the provider, we can say provider is that, and we can say provider
data URL, maybe. Is that what you want?
Can I do that though? Because is it a hash? No. Data 0 is not a hash, it's a string. So I don't want to say data, I don't want to say provider. I want to say data. No.
Let's see.
No, because it's an array. Otherwise we would be doing data like that. It's like provider. It's like provider info.
Oh, yeah, the same way as you did the boundaries.
Yeah, exactly.
Same way.
Provider. So I don't need to. I don't know. Provider.
Data. What was the actual value? Data URL. I think there's
And then here. I mean, it feels like I would want the provider as well, no? I think what I'm going to do is like this. This is annoying. How do you move up? Oh, that's really cool though. That is how I was hoping that I was like, couldn't figure out how to do an atom. That's really cool. So how do I move up the entire line?
It's
it's alt. Yeah, alt and up. But that's not the line I want to move up. That.
You want to move the API equals inside of the, because you want only the APIs where arrow is the boundary name, no?
I suppose so, yeah. That's a good point. And can I put a comma here and like print both of those, or is that not valid? Ruby.
In JavaScript is it, but in here I'm not sure.
Nil. So,
But these are not the URLs. So
no, it's printing the provider, but not the API. It seems.
let's have
Let's set it
separate.
like that and see if we get the same results. We do. Wow, that's interesting. So, oh, data URL with a hyphen.
Yeah.
So now I'm curious if I can do this. Oh, I can because it. Well, I think I can because it seemed like it was working. There we go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's awesome. I mean,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not sure if they're all APIs.
Okay. So now we have the relevant APIs.
Like this one's an API, it says. This one's an ODI. I'm not sure of the difference. This one's an API.
Yeah. Technically, you can deploy the API whichever like URI you want to. So it doesn't have to be a called API in the path.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
It doesn't mean it's not an API.
no, exactly.
Well, this seems like a JSON though because it's like
Yep.
.json.
Yep.
But an API is different than a JSON, right?
The API is a kind of technology. It's not necessary. The JSON is a file format. API is it's a technological reference to something.
So what happens if I just come here? Okay, so that's a site.
Yeah. It's actually 404.
Oh, oops, can't find that page. That's interesting. But if I come here, it did find it, huh? Or was it just blank information? Right.
Yeah, it depends on what are the endpoints of the API. So there is this tool called Postman, which it's a really helpful tool to check APIs, API endpoints, what they are returning, and all this stuff. I'm not an expert of it for sure. It's just I know that it's useful to check when you're working with APIs to check what they return, what are the endpoints returning.
What's the name of it?
I will check. I will send it in the chat.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
I used to have it since I have the new computer. I actually forgot to reinstall it, but
we have
I should have it.
We have geez, man, what? My brain stopped working. Weekend collaboration in half an hour now.
Sure. We can stop now, and I'm gonna have something to eat. Probably you do as well.
Yeah, cool.
So let's meet then at 7. I hope we made some progress at least.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
so before I'm not sure where you were before when you showed me, so that's why I'm not sure.
No, we definitely made progress, and it also looks really clean as well. You know.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's cool. Like a couple lines of code. I mean, look at this here. Like I was like doing all this kind of stuff here, and you know.
Okay, cool. I'm happy that I could help a bit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think like I think the thing you did to help actually the most is be like, dude, why don't you put in a pry? Like, I didn't even recognize you. You know.
kind of. I should wear a T-shirt with this pry or something.
Yeah, exactly. No, but thank you, and
all right.
Hopefully we can play some more with this.
Yeah, sure. I think tomorrow we can do as well. If it can wait, we can play around with it tomorrow as well. I'm not sure what we're gonna do in the weekend collabs though. So
yeah, I need to check and see who shows up. Actually, I'm not sure if anyone's going to show up or not, and if not, then we make a plan.
Yep, cool. Sounds good. All right, then.
Go.
See you in a bit then.
Yeah, see you soon. Thank you.